absolutely love Phantom's Revenge. When you got off it, you said like, "Yo, this is one of the best hypercoasters I've ever ridden." So, Matt and Jeff, I'm looking at you guys. You want to start off with this?
Yeah.
What about Phantom's Revenge?
I mean, that's I don't know if I can't remember if we did my rankings or not, but it's absolutely in my number 2 overall slot, locked and loaded.
Nice.
I mean, it's not necessarily the best of anything, but kind of a running theme for a lot of the coasters or rides in general at Kennywood. They make fantastic use of the terrain and the scenery. Can't really beat that tilted helix that you go down into that ravine for.
Yeah, I think I was going to mention their second drop is, I think that's a record breaker, right? It's at least a longer drop than the first one.
It is the longest drop on the coaster. And I think when it opened, it was one of the rarity drops on a hypercoaster for sure. Yeah. Another thing that's pretty unique about the ride is it used to be an aero looper. So it's just a clunky aero looper that Morgan came in and was like, you know what? I think I can make it a badass hypercoaster, and they just went for it. And,
we definitely hold that. We don't hold that arrow past against it. You know, we don't.
No, and Mike.
One of my comments on the ride is towards the end is that little double up and everything, and you get some pretty good airtime.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's like a surprise double down. Like you get a really good airtime, and then like you think you're going straight, and then it's just like, nope, fuck it, more airtime, and you just hit it real hard. And like the restraints on that thing are just like, it's like if I just did my arm and just went like, and just kind of casually put it over.
Oh yeah, it's like a full bar. Yeah, I remember that. Also,
like,
they didn't have any. Also, they didn't have any gates, right? I don't know if they replaced that.
Oh yeah, Kennywood's like notorious for no air gates.
No gates.
They get to like grandpa in a bunch of like state rules, I think. So it's just like.
Oh, okay.
Just paint a line on the ground, and you don't need air gates.
Don't cross this, or you lose your life. You know.
I mean, if you want to be honest, because I'm looking at it right now because of my background, but I mean, the damn logo looks like a safety like hazard sign and everything.
I mean, that is something to consider because like they go on like old school rules. Like they have a fun house where you could like tear your ACL in it. Like I don't know how the lawyers keep it going, but Kennywood's just like, no, we're classic, man. We're keeping it. That's one of my favorite things about Kennywood.
I bet they do. I bet they bank on that the historic landmark thing. Like, we're not changing anything because we're a historic landmark. It makes sense.
I honestly think that might get them around some.
Oh yeah.
You want to fight about it?
They'll be like, "This is a national landmark. I'm not changing it."
But no, Phantom's Revenge is just such a good hypercoaster. It's so unique, and when you think about like all the hypercoasters, there's none like Phantom's Revenge. Like the closest thing is going to be like a Morgan hypercoaster, like a Mamba, and it's like that is not what Steel Curtain is about. So
Phantom's Revenge.
Leave it to Kennywood to just put in a hypercoaster and be like, "Oh, what'd I say?"
You said Steel Curtain. That's all good.
Yeah, you get it.
We got it.
Well, I mean,
you know what we're talking about.
Phantom's Revenge is like they just use the lay of the land so well with that.
Yeah.
Like going in and out of different coasters like Thunderbolt, and they definitely utilize their space because they do have a smaller footprint of what they have to use, and using this side of the hill, it's genius.